she said. I got my hands up, shaking just to let you know that you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Chuck again. It's the day of the Newcastle Richmond reviews, and Stu and I really enjoyed them. We got through them, all of them. I mean, obviously, some of them take a little bit longer. A lot of great things came out from those. Most importantly, I'd like to see what your goals and objectives are for 2025. And there was a lot of great things that came from that. I definitely want to share a couple things that came out specifically, just so you know. And I got a meeting with my accountant this weekend and on Monday, and some of that's going to help me get this payroll thing under control, and as well as maybe Amy and my wife and some other people helping me through that, and Stu, whoever wants to help me get it right. It needs to be right. And speaking of that, you know, sometimes I don't get it right, and I am one of those guys that openly admits it. And occasionally I do something incorrect. And one of the things was, I think it was pointed out to me that I put the Fisher's review date in April. It's just an easy, simple mistake, but I got it right on the cloud 9. And hopefully you guys know that your boss here does make mistakes, and I admit it. And I try to admit it when I make mistakes. So we're going to try to get payroll under control, I promise, and get the vacation right, the 401k right. We're going to try to get it all right. Two main things that came out from the conversations that are going to have an immediate effect. One is our conversation with Ron, as we've talked quite a bit, and I think the Richmond Newcastle crew know. I mean, Ron comes in with a lot of experience and some other things, and I really think Stu and I are excited about her being on our team. She also brings a lot of OSHA knowledge and thoughts there. And quite frankly, we need to take a serious look at some of this stuff and get it right. And so we're going to have an OSHA meeting, I think, coming up on April 30th. I remember that date because it's Ashley's birthday. And the first day I had a date with my wife. But anyways, on April 30th, we're going to have an OSHA meeting. And over the next 2 months, we want to get a couple of these ducks in a row. So when we actually have the meeting, we're going to actually be more compliant than we are today. Some of these seem like silly things, but it's what OSHA asks for and tries to require of us. Also, it comes down to sterilization and stuff like that. Are we doing it right? We're trying to do everything we can to get it as right as we can. So we're going to be looking at it. I want you guys to continue conversations with her and with us about it. Number 2, pretty important. We talked to Kay for quite a bit today, and obviously you guys know Kay's been here the longest on my staff, and I appreciate her in a way that I don't think anybody really knows, and I can't even put out in any words. But obviously things have changed in the lab, and we're doing scanning and doing a lot of things differently than we did for most of my career. What we worked out something with Kay that I think is going to be good. We're going to try in 2025 to try this process that she's been talking about, which is use the 3D printed bands from Dynaflex. So we're going to submit everything, and Fisher's is going to have to change how they submit that. Okay, and we're going to work with Kay through that, but you're going to do it just like the way Richmond and Newcastle crew do. It's going to go through Kay. Kay's going to do all the expanders and lingual arches through the 3D bands through Dynaflex, and then we're going to and she's obviously going to keep doing the Herbst. However, then on the Essex side, Stu and I are going to work through what do we think is the best thing for our practice for the rest of the year. So we'll be looking at the AAO, we'll be looking at what other people are doing. Is the way we're doing Essex is the right way to go? Are there some other ways to serve our patients better and give them a better product with less complications in there? So that's still on the table. But going forward, starting next week, we will definitely be sending all our expanders, Herbst, obviously, and lingual arches through Kay, through the system. And so you're going to have to use EasyRx, and you're going to have to submit it to Kay, and we'll get it down. It's going to be a little bit more of a learning curve for fishers because you're not used to doing it that way. As far as the reviews for fishers, it's going to be on March the 7th. That's 2 weeks from this Friday. And we're looking forward to that too. And obviously a lot of conversations. A couple things came from last time. First of all, social media has been pretty good. And I appreciate the people who've been involved with it and what they've done. I obviously appreciate what you guys did for my birthday on social media, as well as in both of the offices. Thank you very much for that. I'm now 60, so it's great. But the social media stuff's been good. We got Girl Scout cookies. Our goal is to try to buy 400 to 500 cookies. We're going to buy 3 boxes from each Girl Scout that comes in and visits us. And then at the end, we're going to try to give those cookies, most of those cookies, we'll eat a couple. We're going to send those cookies to the first responders, fire, fishers, fire, and police, and Newcastle and Richmond fire and police. So that's what our goal is. As far as a couple of housekeeping items, and oh, by the way, on social media, then our goal in March is to have really literally some March Madness. Start off with our undefeated Little League basketball team. We're going to try to do something special for them. Then maybe do some high school stuff where we maybe wear in some of our high school gear that we have during the first couple weeks. And then, of course, move to the college March Madness and our referral program and for our patients. And really do that up for people because I think it's pretty special. Last thing, a little housekeeping. We're also making a lot of changes. As you saw in my office in Fishers here, it's basically gone now. My office is gone. I'm back with Stu in there. Nothing against Stu. I just like that other office. I like seeing patients come in and out. That computer helped me do also that 6-month at a glance, which I can't seem to get that program on any other computer. So that's back in Wendy's office now. And all those cabinets are out. We're going to do something cool in there. And I'm looking forward to like a D-band room. And by the way, we're going to do that in Richmond too. I think we can do that same, round video thing. We got plenty of room in Richmond. We can do a signing wall. We can really make it special. Maybe have a candy wall thing. So we're definitely planning on doing that. It might be a little harder to do that in Newcastle. We'll figure that out. But there's also going to be some changes in Newcastle coming too, with hopefully the TC room. And there's a lot of things going on structurally. We're going to probably redo the game room and maybe considering doing a game room in Richmond at some point. Those are a lot of things, but the main thing I wanted to get out was the reviews and really some great insights from a couple people about their goals and objectives, really being not just a team player, but like an ownership mentality that several people came in that I was very impressed with. And when you have an ownership mentality, you start asking questions and wanting to do things that you don't do when you just come in and clock out. And the more ownership mentality people we have on our team, the better for us, the better for everybody, and better for our patients. So anyways, appreciate each one of you guys. Looking forward to the next one. And I will say, it's weird on GroupMe. You guys can tell me if it's the same for you, but my last GroupMes, some of them have deleted. I'm not sure why that happened, if it's a GroupMe app thing or something. Anyways, I will look into that. You can tell me if on your ACDCs you can see the last 2 or 3. I can't find them on mine, so it's weird. But anyways, good to see you. And Dr. Chuck out.
Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really saw me. I wanna know